the business of smiles, stars, likes, shares, hearts, and recommendations. Your customers are always connected, they're mobile, and when they're happy, you're happy. You're not happy. Because Cliff here isn't happy, and yet to get a response, he's progressively getting more unhappy. But what if you had Salesforce? With Salesforce, service responds the first time, thanks to an intelligent platform that easily adapts to the latest technology. So when an issue arises, you know about it. There to help at every step, delivering one-to-one conversational service with a 360-degree view of each customer, so agents are smarter and more predictive, discovering the details of every sale. Case history, marketing messages that pique the customer's interest, and suggested solutions. They're more productive, quickly connecting with technicians in the field and the customer to solve issues faster, like showing Cliff how to navigate to solutions in the customer community, even rewarding him with a discount on that line of French presses he's interested in. Now your service agent's a trailblazer, Cliff's a brand ambassador, and you watch your business grow right from your phone. Deliver faster, smarter, more personalized service with Salesforce.
Good afternoon, New York. Are we having a good day so far? Okay. Well, we're getting into the home stretch here, right? Getting into the afternoon, and we really appreciate you taking some time to spend some time with us talking about service. My name is Mark Bloom. I direct strategy and operations for the Salesforce Service Cloud. And I've been engaged with customer service for almost 20 years. I really enjoy it, not only because it's a very critical part of moving business forward, but it has that human element to it, which makes it so important. When you're looking at service, you're always talking about things like experience and satisfaction and frustration and effort. These are all obviously human factors that we deal with. So when we're dealing with service, we're dealing with people. We're trying to influence people. We're trying to work with people and our customers. That's why I find it so exciting. So although there's been a great deal of change in these last 20 years in working with service, there obviously continues to be change today. And as we look to the future, it's really difficult to imagine how quickly it's coming at us and how drastically we have to change the way that we're working with our customers if we're going to adapt to that. And that's one idea I'd like you to be thinking about as we talk today. That idea that the future is coming faster than we may think. I'm going through an experience now. I'm teaching my son how to drive a car. It's an interesting, exciting, exhilarating, frustrating experience for me. But one of the things that I think about is I've heard a lot of very smart people and some very strong theories say that my son will not teach his child how to drive a car. Because by that time, it won't be legal for people to drive cars. Now, all of us see this coming, but we see it coming in like a George Jetson kind of way. Not something that's going to influence our own children. But remember that. The future is coming faster than we think. Let's take a path there together, and we can work through it together. Before we do, Salesforce is a publicly traded company. I want you to ensure that you make all your purchasing decisions based on existing technology. You can find more information on our website. So as we get through that, I'd like to say what really inspires us at Service Cloud as we look to the future is what our customers are doing with our products and solutions today, the trails that they are blazing with their customers. We go out, we speak to customers across the globe. Customers like Cisco in America, customers like Enel in Europe, customers like the Australian Post. And we are truly inspired by what we're seeing. In most cases, these companies are doing amazing things because their customers are drawing them to deliver amazing service. Just in the last week, I've spent time in Texas dealing with an international shipping company, spending time with retailers in Minnesota, and then down with fleet management companies in Florida. All of them asking the same questions. How can they move to where their customers are? And what we do is we point them to our existing customers that are doing amazing things. So we certainly want to say thank you. Thank you to those customers that are doing great things with our products and solutions. Thank you to you for taking time from your busy schedules to come join us to hear about our thoughts about products and solutions around service. And please, take that thank you back to your teams and to your agents, because it's all of us together that are working on this journey to get us into the future, to have better experiences with our customers. So let's focus on those customers for just a minute and talk about why the expectations of customers of today are so much higher than they were of customers 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and how much more demanding those expectations of customers are going to be as we move into the future. It really revolves around the connected world. Now that products and services and people are completely connected, it is essential that we understand that this has changed the mindsets and expectations of our customers. That mobile device that we all carry around, the fact that products are talking to one another and people are communicating with one another has changed the expectations of our customers. And it doesn't matter if your organization works with connected products or services. It's what your customers are thinking that I want us to focus on. Now let's rewind to a time before there was all these connected products. Now, when I was young, when I wanted to hear a song, when a song popped into my head, I'd go to the radio and I'd turn it on. And I'd wait for that song to play. If you go to the top 10 list at the end of the day, you had a pretty good shot. But that was how I listened to music. Now my son walks around with a connected device in his pocket. And he thinks of a song. 10 seconds later, he's listening to that song. Halfway through the song, he thinks of a different song, and he switches to that one. How much more demanding of a customer is he going to be than I was when I entered the marketplace? Connected products are raising the bar for everybody, all customers in all businesses. So how are we doing on meeting those expectations? Let's face it, it's much easier for me to talk to you about negative customer experiences that you have had with companies you do business with. You know, about 40% of people surveyed cannot even think of a positive experience they've had in dealing with a company from a perspective of service. We're really falling short in many areas. And one of the reasons is it's difficult. We have so many different interaction points with our customers. If we're going to maintain a consistent experience, we have to meet the mark each and every single time. Because it's no longer about a single interaction or a single phone call with a customer. We can't say, did we solve your problem today? Customers look at their experience with your company as a journey, as an experience that is ongoing. It's a conversation they continue to have. And if we don't meet the mark, they don't forget about that tomorrow. So let's take a look very quickly at an interaction that we might have with a customer over a couple days. And I'm going to use a prop. Coca-Cola is a great customer of ours as well. We're going to talk a little bit about them. And I'm a person who has seen an ad on TV that has offered me a new product and service. So I go to the website of that company, and I want to see how I can acquire that particular product. I poke around, I waste a little bit of time on the website, I can't figure out how to get this product that I wanted. I then turn around and I do a live chat with a salesperson from that company, and it takes me a couple minutes for them to understand what I'm looking for, and it finally comes to the point where they can't help me with what I need to purchase. So they tell me I have to call into the company if I want to make this purchase. So I get off the live chat, I get on the phone, and I wait on hold for 8 minutes. I finally get in touch with someone in the contact center. I explain to them, I just spent 15 minutes on a chat. Could you please look that up, find out what I need, and tell me what I need to do to pay for it? And they explain, no, that's a completely different part of the company. You're going to have to start from scratch again. Finally, I get to the end of the conversation. They can't help me. They're going to transfer me to someone else who finally completes the transaction. And it turns out to be twice the amount of money that it was originally advertised on that commercial. Now, sooner or later, somebody has to take a drink. And oftentimes, that ends up being your employees, your agents, that have to respond to situations that were outside of their control. the fact that marketing wasn't aligned with what the reality of your solutions were, that don't have connectivity in the organization, aren't able to collaborate with other people to solve problems and understand conversations that the customer already had. Because the systems that we have weren't designed to work in this type of environment. Many of the systems that your companies are using were originally designed when all you had to do was answer the phone from a 1-800 number. And the world has obviously changed. So what we need to do is we need to take those platforms, we need to take those other systems that we need to work with as a part of our everyday service of our customers, and we need to add some intelligence. We need to make them smarter. This allows you to put better tools in the hands of your agents so that they can be more proactive. This allows you to provide a smarter experience to your customers. And with this, we say that putting that intelligence into the hands of your employees and your customers is what we're looking to do with Salesforce for Service. We're really looking to deliver a solution that provides intelligence, is conversational, and allows you to support even your mobile employees as a part of a single platform and solution. And this involves a lot of different conversations that you need to have with your customers. Some of these conversations are very high touch, where you have to actually send employees out to your customers to work with them. Others are lower touch, like self-help and communities. And others are no touch with auto-response bots and connected products. We want to put all these tools in the hands of your employees so you can drive positive conversations, and it's conversations that really drive the experience with your customers. An example of a great company that's taking advantage of this across all the products of our platform is Coca-Cola, leveraging the fact that selling and serving and marketing are all part of a common experience needed with the customer. Coca-Cola does an amazing job of this, and we actually have a video to show you to give you an example. Why don't we roll the video?
Every customer is the most important customer. Think about our business. We sell 1.9 billion drinks a day. Good companies have to be on the front foot. They have to understand the expectations of the modern customer, the speed they want, the data and intelligence that they want to see, the help they want with their business to grow. That means full integration with our customers. That's how we win. That's our magic.
Today, we live in fascinating times. Technology is driving immense change. And I think it's exciting that we embrace that, making certain that our customers always have good experiences.
If you think about our sales department and service departments, if you want to use old terminology, they were kind of different departments working sort of in silos. There was communication, but it wasn't fully integrated. And that was a big gap for us.
I was personally amazed when I got exposed to Service Cloud and Salesforce.
It's allowing us to have a more expansive conversation, real time with the customer.
Previously, our call center agents were just taking calls that were around issues of things that weren't working well. Today, they've been trained no different than a sales associate. They have significant information in front of them that now even allows them to create sales. So we've really brought team-based selling to life.
I can take an order, I can take a case, I can take everything. As an agent, I can handle you, Mr. Customer, your request in one-stop shop.
All the information they need is right there at their fingertips. A total 360-degree view of our customer.
So we are seeing this increase in our agent passion.
When we are able to move at a faster rate of speed, we win and our customers win. When we're able to place new equipment, we're able to quickly drive sales. It's good for the customer, it's good for us.
Something as simple as delivering a cooler. That fragmented process sometimes took months in the past. Today, with Salesforce for Service and Field Service Lightning, we get that work done in less than 72 hours.
Once it's placed, they can check immediately on the box, let the whole team know that it's there.
With the Internet of Things, we're making these devices smart and intelligent to send us data.
So our customers can then receive SMS messages around product's been ordered, product's on its way. It can be merchandised correctly, and we're up in business so much faster than before.
It's always about connecting with the customer. And one of the things that we know is important is personalization.
Salesforce and our Customer One platform enable us to identify the specific needs of individual customers and groups of customers.
This technology allows us to know that their business is going to spike. We give them that information and ensure that they're in stock when they need to be with the right brands. So it's taken us from a transactional relationship between Coca-Cola and a customer to a true business partnership, and they love that.
And when you really look at where we're at, our digital journey has just started. I think that the fun times are ahead of us, and Salesforce is going to be a big part of it.
So it's really exciting the way that Coca-Cola is taking their entire team and saying everybody can sell and everybody can serve. That provides resources from your entire organization to be able to make that happen. And we see in order to be able to do that, you really have to have service that's intelligent, it's conversational, and it's mobile. So let's start with intelligent service and really dig in and see what that means as a part of our platform. So when we talk about intelligent service, what we're talking about is the ability to bring AI, artificial intelligence, tools that drive smart decisions within your organization and make it a part of the everyday work that your organization is doing. You're already capturing loads of data. Okay, let's make sure that we're bringing it in a way that we can reuse. We then want to learn not only from the data that we have, but from the actions that you're taking with your customers and the actions that your customers are taking. Intelligence allows us to do that, to not make the same mistake multiple times. In fact, to steer our customers on the right path. This provides help not only to your customers, but to your employees and resources as well. This is Einstein, this layer of intelligence that's built onto the Salesforce platform. It shows itself in all the different apps across Salesforce, but it's particularly useful in service because it helps us answer those problems and solutions that our customers have. And this is what we leverage in Service Cloud Einstein. Features such as case classification, which allows us to group cases together because this leads us to a common solution that we can then reemploy with less resources and less frustration to our customers. Recommended macros. Macros are a powerful part of the Service Cloud solution. Let's guide our agents and resources to the macros that they need and can best serve them. And finally, omni-channel and routing allows us to intelligently route work to the right resource that's available right now to solve a customer solution. We then see with the work that we've done, we want to be able to analyze it. We want to be able to understand, are we hitting the mark? Are we making the right impact with our customers? Do we need to change the resources that we have, our strategies? Wave Analytics for Service allows us to do that. It also puts great analyticals right in the hands of your agents who can use that data to solve real-world problems for your customers. Now, we also have a situation where we have a real-world customer here. Simon from New York Life. Let's welcome Simon. Now, Simon, before we get going, could you just please level set us with your role and what you do in the organization at New York Life?
Absolutely. I'm the Chief Operating Officer for the Retail Annuities Group at New York Life, and I manage our CRM and digital marketing platforms and also run a service group that handles all of the service requests for about 300 banks and brokers that we sell through.
Okay. Now, what kind of challenges do you encounter serving your customers or trying to interact with your customers?
Right. So before Service Cloud, we had a huge challenge just around exposing where any given service case was, what its status was. I mean, a great example is just the annuity application, which can oftentimes take sometimes 10 or 12 days to get the whole thing processed. And we'd have people calling into the service group saying, "Where's my application?" And we had to dig around in antiquated systems and text and so forth to try and figure out where it was. And now we have all of our service cases with a standardized set of statuses that are updated in real time, so everybody internally and externally can see exactly where everything is in the process. And one of the most gratifying things is we also gave reporting capabilities to all our frontline reps, so they're able to run reports and see what are the ways that we might be able to improve the process, which is really, it's helped us as a company, but it's also helped their career development.
Sounds good. So what are the different aspects of Service Cloud that you've put into use there with your organization?
So we have the Service Console in place. We have numerous macros and workflows, and we've had it in place about 2.5 years now. We've been able to cut the cycle time by more than 50% on the annuity application, and various improvements across the different service types.
Awesome. So intelligent service is allowing you to provide service more quickly at a higher level to your customers.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So now what's next? What do you see as the future, and ways you see things going, driving Service Cloud into the future with your customers?
So, absolutely, the Coca-Cola folks were talking about how, you have your service reps are really part of the sales process, and that, for us, our number one goal is linking marketing, sales, and service on digital platforms. So we're doing a lot with marketing automation to go out and say, okay, who are the leads that are out there that are watching videos, or they're showing up at the website, or they're going to a webinar? How can we take that information, transfer it into Salesforce as a ranked list that our sales folks can follow up with, looking at on a lead score basis, and then of those leads and opportunities, how many turn into applications for us in Service Cloud? So now we have the whole cycle, and we're able to look back and say, what are the marketing activities, what are the sales activities, what are the service activities that correlate to success, and just be a lot more scientific about it.
Sounds good. Well, Simon, thank you very much for sharing your journey with us, and we look forward to working with you in the future.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Let's hear it for Simon. Thank you. So we see there, when we start to add intelligence into the tools that your agents use, that your leadership and management is able to do, you begin to have a vision of how you can improve that level of service and that customer experience while better utilizing your resources at the same time. And that really allows us to move into our next step, which is the concept of conversational service, where we're not having a single interaction with our customer, but an ongoing conversation from the first marketing they receive from your organization, all the way through purchase and delivery and subsequent service, and hopefully growing with you as a company, growing that relationship. Conversational service allows us to do that. Now, these conversations are one of the biggest examples of things that have changed over the years in the way that we interact with our customers. These conversations used to be done in person or over the phone, and that was about our only option. The ways that we had to support that were very structured and didn't necessarily align with what we really wanted to do to improve the experience of our customers. Now, over time, through email, social, now apps that people spend so much time using, most of the time people are on the phone, they don't even realize that it's a phone. They're working with applications, communicating with their customers, playing games, connecting with one another. We want to make sure that if that is how people are comfortable communicating, we allow them the ability to do that as well. So all these channels need to be supported if we're going to have an ongoing conversation with our customers. One of the ways that we really want to deliver that is through this concept of messaging. Starting with text messaging, which became extremely popular, now all the messaging that comes inside of very popular apps, such as Facebook and Snapchat and these other channels that everybody's communicating in. We want to be able to support them. And that app that your children are using that we don't even know about, we're going to need to be able to support that as well. Live Message provides a great solution through all different types of messaging channels to bring those conversations directly into Service Cloud and then manage them. Drive them forward, ensure that we're getting to the customers what they need to have a positive customer experience. The next area involves you may already have an app or a website that has plenty of adoption with your customers, and we want to be able to bring service into that. Intuit TurboTax is a great example of this. If you were watching television during tax season, you saw all kinds of commercials from TurboTax using live video chat, which was on our Service Cloud, to help service their customers. They weren't talking about what type of refund that they could get for their customers. They never mentioned the word refund. What they talked about was how easy it was to use their product and solution. TurboTax came to us and they said, we want everybody doing their taxes on their phone. Think about that, like doing your taxes on your phone, like on the train on the way home, you're going to do your taxes and submit them. Last year, 11 million people completely performed their taxes and submitted them on their phone. This year, we don't have the numbers from this tax season, but they're expecting phenomenal growth. The future is coming faster than we realize, and messaging and snap-ins is a way to meet that future. And finally, communities provide the ability for us to interact with customers to provide self-service, to recommend knowledge and articles and information and contact to our customers to give them a better experience and knowledge in using the products and solutions that you're offering to them. Case escalation, the intelligence to understand we're not meeting this customer's needs in a self-service mode. Let's get them engaged with someone who can help them or provide them different information that can help them. And then finally, the ability to fire up these communities very quickly with easy-to-deploy solutions that can get you up and running with a new channel to interact with your partners that is a part of the Service Cloud, provides you that communication that you need. So let's take a look at some of this in action. I'd like to introduce Melissa Melly, who's going to take us through some of these right here with our solution.
Thank you, Mark. So we spoke about Coca-Cola a little bit, which is the world's #1 brand. But one area of Coca-Cola that you and I may not have exposure to every day is their bottling group. And the largest bottler that they have is Coca-Cola North America. So Coca-Cola North America serves all types of companies. So this could be large convention centers like the one here, to your standalone vending machines, and even small mom-and-pop shops. So what you just saw here was a notification coming from Coca-Cola directly to Jen. Jen is a store owner over at Sunrise Market, and man, it is a very, very busy day today. It's hot, it's spring, it's humid here in Manhattan, it's great. But she realizes, gosh, I'm getting this order in tomorrow, and I actually need more product to come through. I'm not going to have enough to be able to serve all of these thirsty customers. So she responds in line, and immediately she gets a response right back from Coca-Cola. What she didn't know is this entire time she was actually talking to a bot. So this was all happening behind the scenes without a human even being involved. And at this point, what's going on is it's being routed to a real-time customer service agent that can help her with her issue. Now, we're going to take a look now at what's going on the customer service side of the house. And what's going to open up here is the Service Cloud Agent Console. Now, in the upper left-hand side, what you can see is that whole conversation that Jen has been having with this bot. And that customer service agent can jump right back into that conversation with no loss of continuity for the customer. Another thing that's interesting is that this service agent can see in that lower right-hand corner Service Wave Analytics that's baked right into the console. And here she can see that actually Jen has been selling a very high volume of Coke Zero. So Porvi, the customer service agent, is going to jump in and actually recommend to Jen that she increase her level of order for Coke Zero. This is great. Jen is busy. She doesn't have to worry about anything. She responds right back in to make sure that that order is confirmed, and she gets a note back from that customer service agent letting her know where she can find her confirmation. So she's led her over to the community. It's My Coke. And this is where Jen does basically everything that she needs. She can get her orders done here. She can even find all of her different history of different service requests she had. And if she wants to reschedule anything that's coming on site for help, she can do it right here. She can even go in and see the FAQ articles. So in this FAQ article, she can see other people just like her that have bounced into this thread to help each other out. And also what she doesn't know is this is powered by Einstein. So Einstein is surfacing up the right answers for Jen based on the products that she has, the size of her business, the location, everything is immediately being pushed to her. Well, she noticed earlier that she was having an issue with her Coca-Cola cooler, and she jumps in, and Einstein has recommended the right article. When she looks through it, though, she realizes this is going to take her way too long. She has lots and lots of thirsty customers. So she's going to get help real time. There's 3 different options here. She can send an email, she can chat, but she knows she needs a live, real-time help conversation. So she's going to jump on with that customer service agent. And you can see here we have a Coca-Cola cooler ready.
Hey, Jen. I see that you've been reading a cooler troubleshooting article on our community. Do you need help with your cooler?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but my cooler door just won't shut.
You know, it's best if you can show me. If you tap here, that would turn on the camera.
All right. Can you see this okay?
Yeah, I see it. You know, I think there's something stuck in there. We should send a technician to help you.
Yeah, that would be great. As soon as possible. I have lots of thirsty customers.
Of course. And while we are on it, I did notice that you've been restocking more frequently than usual. Are you interested in adding another cooler to your order?
You know what? That would be great. My cooler right now doesn't seem to have enough room to fit everything I need.
All right, we'll do that. Anything else I can help you with?
Nope, that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You have a great day.
So that was an example of how we were able to go from that bot experience, that low touch or no touch experience, all the way through to personalized one-on-one service. And we just turned that service agent, poor V, from someone who's blocking and tackling everyday issues to an actual business partner who's now actually creating sales for Coca-Cola. All right, and back to you, Mark.
Thank you. Let's hear it for Melissa. That was a great demo, great example of multiple types of conversations with a single customer through different channels. From the customer's perspective, it was a single conversation, yet we had the tools to be able to manage the appropriate type of conversation with that customer to solve their problem and move the conversation forward. So now let's take a look at our final pillar here, which is when we have remote resources, when we have resources in the field, we need solutions to help manage them as well. And we're not just talking about hard hat type roles. A lot of times when we say field service, people think of technicians with wrenches out there. It's important to understand that this really applies anytime you have resources that need to be managed outside of your organization, working directly with customers. Principal Financial uses us to help manage some of their highly paid financial advisors. We have healthcare professionals that are being managed through these solutions, and retail associates. When we're going to put people in the field and we want to ensure that we're optimizing what they're doing to provide a great customer experience, we need solutions to help us do that. And that is why we provided Field Service Lightning, which is a tool that can be used to drive performance of folks in the field, give them great mobile solutions that have offline capabilities that help them manage and track their work and do better work when interacting with our customers. Can schedule and optimize those resources so that we're getting the most out of them and ensure we have the best productivity from all our teams to provide a great customer experience. On top of that, a natural follow-on is our IoT cloud for service. So as we're out there interacting, helping repair machines and products that we have in the field, we can also be receiving information from those machines and products to help us solve the next problem in advance, provide more rapid, real-time service to our customers. So let's now take a look. I'll throw this back to Melissa. Let's take a look at some field service in action, okay?
Great. So I don't know if you noticed this in the film, but Mark Rahia, who is the head of Coca-Cola Refreshments, actually says that they serve 1.2 billion drinks per day. Now, what that means from a bottler's perspective is you have millions of devices in the field that you need to service. And with a complex business, that is a lot to be able to handle. And so when you look up here, what you're about to see is the view of a contact center manager. And this contact center manager is spending her entire day in the omnichannel supervisor view. This is where she can get a real-time look at everything that her team is doing. On the left-hand side, what she sees is all of the cases that are coming through. Now, what you notice here is there's actually a queue for IoT. That means that there's actually coolers that are creating cases and interacting with Service Cloud before the customer even knows there's an issue. Now, she looks over to the right, and this is where things get a little bit more concerning. Her team is totally slammed. There is almost no capacity left, and her agents aren't going to be able to get to every customer that needs help. So she's going to look into this a little bit further, and with Omnichannel Supervisor, what she can see is a list of all of the different agents that are working on cases right now, how long they've been in that state, what queue these are coming in from, what channels these are coming from. And this is an issue. She's going to have to jump in because her team is so swamped. So she goes down into omni-channel routing and puts herself online. Now, it has been a very long time since she's taken a case herself. And so this is going to be a challenge. But thankfully, with Service Cloud Einstein, what this has done is this has pushed her the right case based on her skill set, her level of availability, and it's going to even guide her through this case. Now, on the left-hand side of the screen, what you can see is the information about the customer. She can see here that this case was actually created by a cooler. So she's about to work on a case before the customer even knows there's an issue going on. Underneath that, she can see the different order history, service requests that have happened in the past. And on the lower right-hand side, Service Wave Analytics is baked right into the console. Now, one thing that she can see is the red score overview. The Coca-Cola red score is something that they've used to be able to predict what's going to happen next with that customer. What's the health of the customer? What is the likelihood of them wanting to increase their business? This is something that they live by every single day. So she sees this, okay, she's going to need to make sure that she's really upping her game with this customer. And Einstein is recommending, based on the context of that case, that she actually escalate that case. So we're going to kick this up into high priority. Almost instantly, what's happening now is Einstein is still working. Einstein is recommending that she actually send a technician out to go and repair that cooler. She's running the macro. It's something that's taking 5, maybe 10 different steps, and it's reducing it down to one single click. So just like that, the think work of needing to dispatch someone based on the tools they have, their availability, where they are location-wise, has all been taken out of the equation. Very, very simple. So let's jump over to the field service side. Let's see what the technician is doing right now. The technician has been directed very close to the market. And as he looks through, he can see all of the information about this customer. He can see who the customer is. Underneath there, he can see the assets that they have. And also, some of the information where right here what can happen is you can have actual collaboration happening between the contact center and himself. So he's got what he needs. He knows how to solve the issue. So all he needs to do is get a signature from that customer to let them know that everything is done. So he signs in there. But what you didn't know this entire time is we've been working in offline mode. You're deep in a warehouse, you don't have service capability, but no sweat. As soon as this field service technician goes back online, everything is going to go back into that Salesforce CRM. So that anytime he needs, he has the CRM in the palm of his hands, regardless of where he is. Now, that's the power of being able to take millions of devices and bring them down with IoT and get the right technician out at the right time. Back to you, Mark.
All right, thank you. Let's hear it for that. It's really amazing. That shows how you can bring it all together, from the agents that you have working, the connectivity with IoT, using Einstein to recommend the right solution, and move forward. It really brings it all together as a part of a positive conversation with your customers. Now, I'd like to wrap up by talking about some of the amazing things that we're seeing from our customers globally when it comes to the scale and volume of things that they're actually doing. We are working with customers to process millions of article views every single day, millions of screen pops, millions of community members, all critical to demonstrate the huge scale that the Service Cloud has, meeting the needs of customers of all shapes and sizes across the globe. And of course, we're really proud of the result of this being greater customer satisfaction being put into play with these organizations. Tools that can make an organization smarter, can drive intelligence and conversation and take advantage of all their mobile resources, can use these tools to help make these things happen. We're really proud of that and glad to see that. Glad to see also that this gets recognized by analysts and industry leaders that have put the Service Cloud in the leadership quadrant for 8 years in a row. We're glad to see that continue, and we really feel that that reflects in, as I started out, with what real trailblazers are able to do with the Service Cloud, putting it to use, having real-time conversations with their customers each and every single day. Now, there's more that you can learn about Service Cloud today. You can see us in the product showcase, get hands-on demos, ask questions, get more information, and in the live message lounge as well, which is near the industry booths. I also want to encourage each and every single one of you to go fill out a feedback form. $2 for every feedback form at the registration desk. $2 gets donated to the Girl Scouts for every single feedback form that you provide. So please get there and do that and have a great rest of your day. Thank you.